Hey Mocha family, I am back from dropping my daughter off at her umbrella school. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to you guys for all of the support that we have gotten for my son's album debut. He's been getting quite a bit of sales, so we are really excited about that. So thank you for sharing that video. Thank you for those of you who purchased the album. But what I wanted to talk to you today about is kind of like an update on how I'm feeling mom-wise. I know I posted a video a while back telling you guys that I've been going through some changes and kind of reevaluating some of the choices that I made and wanting to be involved in additional things besides being home and homeschooling my kids and things like that. And it's really interesting because a couple of weeks ago I went on a trip, it hasn't even been that long. I went on a trip with my husband, just the two of us, and I left the kids home. My oldest two were home with the kids. It was just for 4 days, 3 nights. And we went to Busch Gardens as one of our outings. We drove out there to Busch Gardens from where we were staying. And I went to the chimpanzee exhibit. And I had a most interesting experience at the chimpanzee exhibit, which was kind of, I usually, when I go to the zoo, I'm usually with the kids or any kind of animal related thing. And, after a couple of minutes of looking at whatever the animal is doing, I usually just shuffle them on to the next thing. But since it was just my husband and I there, we lingered. And the mother chimpanzee was laying flat on her back. There were 2 sets of mothers and 2 sets of babies. The mother was laying flat on her back and just very peacefully staring at us, staring at the sky, staring at the surroundings, and her baby was just running off and playing. It was an older baby chimpanzee. And it just kind of laid there, and I was really drawn, and this is really kooky for me because I was really drawn to what, the peaceful look of the mom. And, then the baby came and she kind of rolled over, like she turned her back to him, and he was trying to climb on top of her. I think it may have been a she, trying to climb on top of her to nurse. And finally, she flipped onto her back, and she allowed the baby to climb on her and nurse. And the whole time I was just staring at her, and I wondered, man, even though Busch Gardens is probably one of the nicer situations I've seen for animals, the places that they have them are much bigger, much more natural looking. There's even an open savanna type place where you could drive through in a safari, and the animals don't seem quite as cramped, even though the park itself is like in the middle of the hood. But anyway, I just remember feeling like, aren't you bored? Isn't there something more you want to be doing? Is this enough purpose for you? And looking at her, it just really clicked for me that, this was enough purpose for this mother chimpanzee. But, the more I looked at her, the more I thought about it, the more peaceful I got, the more I started to think about myself. And the more I came to realize that what I was seeing was really me, being with my kids, going through the daily humdrum of managing the house and homeschooling, and the sameness of it from day to day, and how time consuming it has been, and how many years I've been doing kind of like the same thing. And just within my whole being, I felt like it was purposeful enough, and I feel like the crisis that I experienced had more to do with the fact that I had to acknowledge that, the kids grow up and they leave, and then what? And I won't be doing this anymore will I be prepared to do something else? And will the skills that I have been using all of these years be valued, since it hasn't been in the workplace? You know, was there a better way that I could have spent my time and still been a blessing to my kids? But just watching that chimpanzee and his mother, or her mother, I just sort of kind of felt like it's been absolutely worth it. And I just felt a peace come over me. And ever since that time, I've just not had that same sense of restlessness and doubting and questioning about the choices that I have made so far. And I've even been celebrating it. So I just wanted to come back and share that. I mean, it's a different way for me to get an epiphany, but I noticed that, you know, as I keep my spirit open, I notice that God will speak to me in the most interesting circumstances, and I don't have to be surrounded by stained glass windows or even in a posture of prayer for it to happen. So I don't know, I've been rejuvenated again. I've been, you know, enjoying what I've been doing with homeschooling and even with housework again. Just, I don't know. It is okay. It is well. It is fully valuable. You know, it is a fully acceptable choice to make that I've been home and pouring into the things that I've been pouring into. And that doesn't negate any opportunities to do something different in the future, but I'm okay right where I am. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and let me know what your thoughts are about it in the comments down below. Be blessed.